Because that was the
I
series
actually,
yesterday.
before we get on to that, sorry to place for, I actually have like two very quick questions that were linked to it from Poppy. Again, he was like, what what is a quality in a player that is overlooked by teams in the LTA?
A quality of a player that is overlooked in the LTA.
I think I
Having
can start
hands
because
as an
I already.
American.
I
I think for me,
feel like our
it's
top teams all
being
have
able
hands.
to form synergy with a player is far more beneficial than your skill as a player. I think that your two teams are actually proving that. Because you actually think of the quality of players that are missing worlds versus the crop that we've got now. Like, I would much rather have a team, and this is why I was like, I will get on to like the C9 thing. I'd rather have a team that you stripped it back and it's worse on paper, but you're performing better as a team.
So you're talking about 100 Thieves over the last 5 years.
Kinda.
It's literally true. It's literally true. We've never had a roster that people have ever considered to be like the best hands, but yet we still have all these finishes.
2018, you guys had some. You guys had
Did I
Sunday.
did I or did I not say over the last 5 years?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Dang, man, that was like 7 years ago. That's crazy.
Yep.
It's been a while.
I add my caveats for a reason.
And then
Yeah.
Beans, Mr. Bluer, also just very quickly, good luck in the rest of the NACL playoffs.
Yeah, good luck versus Conviction.
Yes,
You
good
guys
luck,
got this. You guys
please.
got this.
He says, does Sniper get a job next year? I'm just going to answer one word. No.
It depends. If Thanatos decides to leave to Korea,
No. Stop that.
there's a chance.
How do I mute, like, Cloud?
No, I'm not saying he's going to C9. I'm not saying he's going to C9. What I am saying is, like, look at the top lane pool that we have, right?
Shrinks.
Let's just say Impact retires and Thanatos goes to Korea. That leaves two spots. One of them can be like Surdy slash Zamudo, right? Because like those are everyone's hyped up about. The other one, you know, you could give it to the Sniper. But if Thanatos doesn't leave, there's just no spots for him.
I think DSG, if they come back...
Oh, probably... Photon! They could kick Photon.
I think if if I had to make a prediction, I think Surty and Castle are destined for a higher team next year. I don't know what teams that'll be, but I think DSG and Dig are probably going to have different top laners next year. So I think
Castle goes to Team Liquid, and Surty goes to DSG. That's my guess.
I mean, wouldn't it be better if Surty goes to Team Liquid to free up import slots? Like, in theory, like, nothing against Castle, he's great, but like, if we're talking about the difference between Surty and Castle, that import slot is not enough to make up for what I would personally slot in with Surty.
Oh, well, I don't think Yuji is going to be there, so that's
another thing. Okay,
yeah.
Then that
I think they try to pick up Quid. You have Quid and Castle as your what's it called? Two non-resident players. Yeah, you're two Koreans.
And then you pick up, if Core JJ retires, you immediately grab Yon. Let Ayla and Yon play together.
Yeah. I mean, in a world, dude, just think of how crazy this is. Castle top lane, Blabber, Quid, Yon, and Core JJ slash Ayla. Like, just how crazy is that roster? I think Core JJ would be better just to like unlock what's his name, Blabber. Like, I can see that project. I can be behind that project.
It gives me 2022 vibes. It's scary because it gives me on paper super team vibes, and like I don't like in North America that always scares the ever living shit out of me because it never works.
That's true.
Never works, and that's why I'd rather Ayla than Core because
you also have Castle, who's not really like a superstar player, right? So it's not full superstars.
That roster would be interesting. I think if Spawn was staying, but I don't think he is. So I think I think Blabber needs a Spawn to finally reel him in.
Yeah, he's gonna get a Dom, is what he's gonna get.
Shall we move on?
Let's see Dom's belt come out. You know, Spawn's belt was bad. Dom's watched American football. Wait until that belt comes out.
No, it's just
He's been learning from Nick Saban and crew. And I
Oh,
say that because
Lord.
my Florida Gators just fucking lost to an unranked USF. So you know what? Fuck
Wait, they
me.
lost. They were up.
Every good bit of energy that I had is gone for the rest of the day.
Dang. They lose by a field goal or what? What happened?
Field goal is time expired.
Damn, unlucky. Didn't they have the ball?
They did 3 and out in 20 seconds.
Uh,
I want to die. I was so
feel you.
happy. I was
I'm
so
a Falcons
happy.
fan. I feel you most of the time.
My favorite thing, knowing that we lost, the first thing that popped up, and this is how I know sports fans are different than esports fans. Top tweet is fire Billy Napier on the field right now. He is cooked. That is the most liked tweet on social media right now, as he is the number one trending name
You're not allowed to
in
say that
all.
here. In esports, you're not allowed to say that shit.
Say what?
Get rid of someone. Because
Oh, I've been on a streak of that lately.
I feel like everybody says that, and like I was on the C9 subreddit. Don't ask me why, but everybody's head was like rolling. Like even Xanatos, I'm like, who do you want to replace these like studs with? They're a good team. Like Sven apparently has been the worst AD carry this year, right? Apparently, Blabber has been the worst jungler this year. Apparently, like Vulcan, people just want to go. No one has said anything bad about Vulcan except get rid of him. Thanatos is a choker. Loki's the only one that I think no one like said anything bad about. But it's like,
if anybody says anything bad about Loki, you immediately block them and mute them. It's like, come on.
That's what I've been doing. There's been some. I'm gonna let you guys stop before I say some shit.
Nah, you're the C9 fan. You got to start this. Come on. You got to be the one to kick it off.
I've been thinking about this all like literally. I think I put it in our chat. The worst feeling is the day after, not when it's just happened and you're like sitting there like stun locked, like of a loss. I think this era of C9 needs to come to an end. And I start with the management. Because the past 3 summer splits for Reaper, this has happened. It's becoming untenable, not like just for the players, I think for fans, and like if you're like Jack, you need to have the ambition that we need to rebuild. This cannot keep happening where we're making the same mistake like this. I saw this in 2020, 2024, 2025. We can't keep rehashing this and then just saying we go again next year. So for me, like, I don't know. Okay, and I hate saying, like, suggesting this without actually having a response. Like, what would I do? But I would just keep the rookies, make a complete swap, and gut our entire system. Because not only is apparently scrim culture bad, we lack discipline on stage. You heard Dom say he prepped Atacon fights this entire week, and we did not listen to him, apparently, based on how we were fighting these tools. So clearly, when the moment gets tough, your coaching goes out the window, and at that point, what's the point in having these veterans? Like, I love these players to death, but at some point, you just have to wipe your hands clean and make changes. But that comes the second part. I think this region's cooked because I can't think of 3 players that replaces these 3 players. That's like, it's a catch-22. And if you can't replace the players, the entire management system has to go. Like, you have to change this culture now. And that starts from the very top.
wow. Dang, that's quite drastic. Yeah, I think you do one or the other. I think if you get rid of management, like coaching staff changes, and you get rid of the players, like a complete rebuild like that, after the program, like independent of result, if you look at what Cloud9 was trying to build, I think they were going in the correct direction. Now,
Yes,
things
I
fell off
agree.
the rails, and I think it's easier to say, hey, why did it fall off the rails? Can we put additional safeguards so things like that don't happen? Because I think this project and last year's project, very different.
Night
So,
and
like,
day, yeah.
I know it was the same head coach, but I think I would have a lot more faith in them saying, hey, we're going to make slight tweaks to this project, than say we need to rebuild because the past 2 years have failed. That's my like outlook. But I can also see like, hey, these players have choked, like this core of Sven Vulcan and Blabber have won us championships, but has also like throw away championships and choked when pressure's on. And maybe we just don't want that anymore. I can see that happening. I wouldn't be for it. I would be like, hey, what changes can we make? Maybe get another coach in. Maybe bring in like someone like DeMonte. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it is get rid of Reaper and bring in a Spawn if he's willing to commit. I don't know what it is, but I would prefer to make a management change. It doesn't have to be replacement. Could be addition. Then maybe you bribe back Mithy because apparently he's really good. I don't know. Like
Not as a head coach.
Lucio without Mithy, one of the worst players.
Can
like
I make
people
a
are like,
point
this
on
guy is
coaching?
yeah.
This may sound weird. The only like true head coach I believed in, even though it's for 4 games, was LS. Reaper has continuously since 2020 shit the bed on 100 Thieves and on C9. When we brought him back, I immediately said, I do not like this. This is a cheap stopgap. And we didn't even bring any additional coaches in with him. So yeah, he failed 2024. 2025, the same shit's happening. We're not getting the Reaper that we was innovative. Like, if you think about our like 2016, 2018 like world stuff, we were innovative. The only time we were innovative in that entire series yesterday was Game 5, and I actually do not blame draft. Our decision making completely shit the bed because we were 5k up. That's not a draft problem. Like, our decision making completely chucked that game. And like, I understand the current landscape of NA where do you replace Blabber, Sven, and Vulcan? Unless you have the money to bring in like a Yom. But I don't think inherently Yom fixes, like, if you just did a straight swap ADC, I don't think that fixes it. I don't think the shot calling structure of Blabber and Vulcan works anymore. It's had its time. But the thing is, like, I think Vulcan's actually this has been an improvement year for him. I think he's played a lot better, and I think he's actually returned to some form. I would have liked to seen him venture out a bit more. He did, to his credit, learn Nico, and I actually thought he was pretty fucking good at it. But the drafting this year is some of the worst I have ever seen. I even said it to you, I think it was at Game 3. Cloud went against 100 Thieves. I was like, this is the most unwinnable. We were down like 2k in 5 minutes through the lane because Lucian couldn't walk up to Aphelios, and like every lane was cooked through draft. Like, we're down 2k, and I'm surprised we even clawed that 2k back for a period before losing it again.
So here's a question.
Sorry, go on.
Since 100 Thieves is on the board, right? What if you just pick up FBI Ayla? I'm not saying they're better, but if you need a change of scenery, if like a change is necessary, because for some reason these players just don't work together, like the core of
there's no
jungle bot.
There's no one that has authority over Blabber.
Yeah,
There's no player in the LC, like, maybe
Cordier, maybe,
but I don't. I've been back and forth on this. Like, one of the things I even thought about is you bring in Core, you bring in Impact as an actual positional coach as he retires for Thanatos, to start helping him understand the middle late game a bit more, and not just like the laning part of it. And you bring in new coaches. I will only accept Dom if you either completely wipe this team and you're bringing in new players, or he gets to be in person, because I don't think remote is the way to go.
To be very clear, I think this year is going to be a lesson for a lot of people that you cannot do remote coaching.
Agreed.
Period. Like it has to be in person. There are certain like this isn't a hybrid job where you're working at Excel for 8 hours a day. You are managing a culture that you have to be there for, and you accept that responsibility when you take this role.
Yamato
Here's
Cannon
what-
said 90% of the job is just being there.
Yep. Here's my thoughts on this. One, I think Blabber's gone. I just think he's the one through line through the, regardless of the highs, the lows, like you continue to like bring back to this point. I know what you're about to say, which is who in the world do you replace him with? And I think that leads to the bigger question. And the reason why I'm thinking of this one is like, I think you bring in entirely new management and coaching. You keep every other piece the same for now, and you bring in a young jungler that coaching and management is fine with. I understand that they're not going to be at the level of what Blabber is, but the reality of this region is that the import rule is probably not lifting anytime soon. And you have to, like, we have to, as a region, over the next 4 years, understand that our role is going to be developing players who have not gotten those chances and are probably going to have a little less hands off the jump than the majority of the players that we have in the league right now. It is your responsibility at the top level to teach them. Now that could be through affiliate systems. Like if C9 wants to put the money in and have an NACL team that, you know, works their way up or have an affiliate in some way, shape, or form, fine. I think they're going to do that? No. So I think the job of management and coaching from Jack's point of view as he's hiring, you need people developers. You need to be able to start bringing this next generation of talent up. And I don't want to hear excuses that, oh, we don't have anybody. If we don't, then you better fucking make it. Otherwise, this region's doomed.
Didn't they do that though? Aren't Loki and Thanatos the next generation? Like
from North
that's what they're
America,
gambling
you
on?
only have 2 import slots. I'm saying you can't rely on their imports forever.
Oh.
You need to develop players within our system, our own our structure to be able to funnel, because you can't for every 2 Lokis, or for every Loki and Thanatos that you have, you need 3 American versions. And currently we have none that people are aware of. So like we are doing a piss poor job of getting people up. And it's not like you can rely on the South. You're only allowed 1 person from the South down there to come up. So you have to develop talent. Your focus for the future has to be getting some of these guys that nobody knows about at the level that you can for an American or Canadian player.
The scary thing about this isn't just a C9 thing. This is a TL thing. This is a FlyQuest thing. Even 100 Thieves. Like, once Core and Impact go, who the fuck do you bring in? Like, it's top lanes maybe a little bit easier, but like support, like C9 and like if let's say Vulcan is going, C9 and TL are like bidding war for Ava. Like, and it's getting to the point which could be scary for the league. Like, it could be a coin flip on does this league die then very quickly. It's, do you just have to start playing young players, even if it's not? Because I when I think about a young rookie coming in, like rookie jungler coming in with 2 Koreans who have not played even 2 years of tier 1 professional, but that sounds terrifying. With 2 veterans who are prone to tilting and are not leaders.
That's why I'm saying you need coaching staff now.
Yeah.
That is not what we've got. What the shit that coaches have gotten away with over the last 5 years is unbelievable. That's not to knock all of them, but that's saying that our talent development that we've brought up on the American side is tragic. And we have to fix that. Like, the import rule is not getting lifted anytime soon. And you are going to fuck yourself royally and fuck the region and fuck everything else around us in the next 4 years if you don't start working on it now.
I think it's like,
I mean, I actually have a couple points. First, to the support role, I don't actually think we're screwed. I think our supports are bad besides the top 3. I think, okay, maybe top 4 now that Ayla's there. And he's playing well. But in general, I think the fact that we have a top tier support in our region, in the past it was Core JJ, and Vulcan learned a lot from him, and Busio learned a lot from him, and now it's Busio. Like, these players, as long as you have one top tier player, you can always learn from that player and level up your performance. It's like I'm not necessarily worried about our pool. It's just like something that takes time. To your point about the fact that we're not developing young talent, I think that is completely because we have a culture in North America to win. And if you don't win, it's completely useless. If we had teams, like if just hypothetically, if Dignitas was we build rookies up so that we can sell them to other teams. That is our whole brand. And if we have enough rookies that happen to be good and we develop them, then maybe we go for a championship run. But in general, we're just here as a development like project. We have 0 true development teams. 0. Every single development project that comes out with rookies, 2 or more, gets scrapped either 1 or 2 splits in. Look at Immortals last year. They had everybody was so hyped on their spring roster. They got rid of the coach that quite possibly was the only person that could have pulled those strings on those players. And then they won one game after that. Same thing with Dignitas. We're so excited for Surdy. Not even half a year in, they got rid of Surdy, the person you're trying to build. How many times did Tomo play for Dignitas? 3. He got kicked off of there twice. 2 times they were like, we want these rookie project. They get rid of it. If we can't consistently say, hey, we have a rookie project and we're going to develop it, besides EG and now FlyQuest, who have 2 rookies, brought in 2 rookies and now successful, what more do you need to do? You can try to go the Cloud9 route, but they're not native to North America. They're bringing in these import rookies. And if we're saying we need someone from North America, well, every time we try, we get rid of them. Imagine if 100 Thieves did the same thing. They bring in Quid for 1 split. They're like, oh, you're done. We don't have MVP level might take down FlyQuest Quid.
That's what community wanted, by the way. Myself included. I'll blame myself for that. That first split after Quid was here, it was not good.
Me too. I thought it was bad. Yeah.
And look where we are now.
You had Golden Glue. You had someone who can say I don't care what the community says. I know what I'm doing. And he's been developing. He was developing for years in academy, right? I think he coached for 3 years or 2 years, 2.5 years, something like that. Made it to finals multiple times. He had the experience of developing players, and then he brought in Sniper and he brought in Quid, and he took good care of them. And I guess Meech as well. Meech may have not really pinned out, but at least in the first split he was good. So we just don't have those types of projects. We just get rid of them immediately. Oh, we're not number 1, then who cares? It's what about building a brand? What about developing? What about a 2-year project that takes 2 years and not 6 months? I think that's the bigger issue.
The thing with the C9 is they betted on this working. And the thing is, it half worked. The Korean solo laners are fantastic. I know Phantos had a really bad playoffs, and criticism's fair. Loki, I already said 2026. I think he's gonna be a fucking monster. I saw glimpses of it against Quid. Yes, he had some rough lanes. He also had some great games. You rebuild around these two. It's just I don't. It's just so frustrating because there's no clear options.
And it's going to be like that unless we do something about it.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing that I just want to keep pounding in is if we sit here and complain about it, because I know that's what this entire this off season is going to be rough for people. Especially if Impact and Core JJ both retire, which could happen. C9 makes some moves there. It's going to be interesting. And I don't want to see teams